Courtney and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to use a rolled hem presser foot. This is one of my favorite tools to use with my sewing machine, and it's just a simple way to make a perfect hem every time. I used to put off doing a hem on a garment when I was almost finished because there's so much fabric and it can kind of take a long time, but when you have a rolled hem presser foot, you just feed the fabric through and it rolls it over to make a perfect pressed hem. And this is perfect for patterns like the Betty dress where there's a lot of fabric at the bottom and it can kind of take a while to get through. So this will just make a perfect hem every time. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how to use the rolled hem presser foot. It can kind of take a little bit of practice, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it will just make your sewing experience so much easier. I suggest practicing quite a bit on some extra fabric that you have lying around. Test it out before actually doing it on your finished garment. So let's get started, and don't forget, if you have any questions, you can totally let me know in the comments, and I would love to kind of figure out together maybe what is or isn't working for you. So let's get started. These are the presser feet that I got in one package, and you can see it goes from largest to smallest. So you want to attach the presser foot to your machine, and then you're going to use the threads and get the bobbin thread and the top thread and pull a long tail through the back of the presser foot. You're going to snip off a 1/4 inch angle on the edge of your fabric, and then you're going to feed it through the presser foot. There's a little curve on the presser foot that you can kind of see right here, and you're going to just gently thread and guide the fabric through this curve and make sure it's kind of going with the shape of the presser foot. Lower the presser foot, and then you're going to move the needle over while it's over the fabric. You want to grab your fabric in your right hand between your thumb and index finger, and then the rest of your fingers are just going to serve as a little guide for the fabric to flow through easily. You want to keep your right hand steady and make your sewing machine go at a slow pace as the fabric is being moved through the presser foot. You can see here the difference between it rolling the fabric and doubling it over on itself, and then this is where it didn't quite get rolled over onto itself to make the perfect hem. So to fix that, you want to bring the fabric over to the left and make sure it's having that complete double over effect, and you want to make sure that you're pulling it far enough to the left but not too far where it's becoming an inconsistent hem. This is where you can see that it made the perfect hem, and you can snip off these extra little threads. So if you're having trouble feeding the fabric through at first, you can make a few stitches, making sure that you have the long tail thread, then clip the thread that you just used to stitch and take the long tail, and this will make it a little bit easier to thread the fabric through as you hold on to the long tail thread and feed the fabric through the presser foot. Double check that your needle is far enough over onto the hem that it's actually on the hem. So you can pick up your presser foot and move the position over to the right if it's not getting all the way onto the hem. Don't forget, this takes a little bit of practice, and a key is to just keep your right hand steady and go at a slow pace at first. And that's it for how to use your rolled hem presser foot. This is such an inexpensive tool to add to your sewing machine. It'll make your sewing experience a lot easier. Subscribe to our channel because on Mondays I am uploading new videos with tips, tutorials, and we have some patterns coming out soon, so you can stay up to date with that. You can also see our new patterns we just released. The Betty dress is a woman's flowy dress, and then the Lois onesie is a cute little wrap onesie for babies, and you can find those in our shop at rooneyclothing.com. I will see you next Monday with a new video.